What if I told you that the secret to lifelong happiness isn't locked in a mansion or buried in a bank account, but hidden inside the quiet mind of an old woman living in a forgotten village? Would you believe it? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you might just start seeing life a little differently.
In a fog-kissed village tucked between rolling hills and ancient woods, there lived an old woman named Mira. She didn't own much, no luxury, no wealth, not even a proper road to her cottage. And yet, she smiled every single day. People would often whisper, "How is she always so happy?" Some said she had magical herbs. Others believed she'd lost her mind. But one curious young man decided to find out. Ravi, a bright yet restless man in his early 20s, had grown tired of chasing happiness through jobs, gadgets, and social approval. One morning, frustrated by yet another failed attempt at feeling better, he walked up to Mira's weathered old door and asked, "Why are you never sad? Don't you feel anything when life goes wrong?" She chuckled softly, as if the question had been asked 1,000 times.
Now pause right there. Imagine asking a 75-year-old woman who's lost more than you've ever owned why she smiles every morning. Wouldn't you expect silence? Or maybe a tear? But not Mira.
She sat Ravi down and said, "When I was your age, I had it all. A loving husband, 2 kids, and barely enough to survive. We were happy though, until one day, my husband fell ill. They had no money for treatment, no family to help, and no time. I held his hand as he took his last breath," she whispered. "My world collapsed. I screamed at life, cursed the sky. I broke." And then came silence. But that silence did something. It forced Mira to listen, not to the world, but to herself. "I realized," she continued, "that grief is a guest that overstays when you keep feeding it." She didn't magically recover, but she made a choice. "Every morning," she said, "I woke up and hunted for one reason to smile. Just one. Some days it was a blooming jasmine, other days just the warmth of her tea."
Sounds simple, doesn't it? But let me ask you this. When was the last time you noticed something small and let it make your whole day? Think hard. Most of us chase mountains and miss the flowers growing beneath our feet.
Ravi left her cottage that day, not with a secret formula, but with a choice. And from that morning forward, he began searching, not for success or praise, but for tiny joys hiding in plain sight. A child's laughter, the first page of a new book, even a good cry, felt like progress. Soon, people began noticing his smile. And guess what they asked him? "How are you always so happy?"
The truth, happiness was never about avoiding pain. It was about not letting pain turn off the light within. Happiness is a discipline. It's saying, today might be messy, but I still get to choose how I see it. And that's exactly what Mira taught him. Not through grand speeches, but through silent courage and a cup of tea. So, if this story stirred something inside you, don't just move on. Ask yourself, what did I smile at today? And if the answer is nothing, maybe it's time to start looking. Tap the next story on our channel, The Value of Time. Because time, like happiness, waits for no one. You don't want to miss it.